Get brighter. Come on now. Someday we'll get it together and we'll get it all done. Someday when your head is much lighter. Someday we'll walk in the rays of the beautiful sun. Someday when the world is much brighter from the top. Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things are get brighter. Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things are get brighter. Come on now. Someday, yeah, we'll get it together and we'll get it all done. Someday when your head is much lighter. Someday, yeah, we'll walk in the rays of the beautiful sun. Someday when the world is much brighter. Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things will get brighter. I think we feel that, don't we? Yeah. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel God's mighty power and God's grace. There's a holy hush around us. I see love in every face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Really good to see you all. It's always good every time. So please join me in our opening prayer. We gather here today in unity and love, grateful for the opportunity to come together as a community in person and online. Let's deeply inhale and exhale. As we enter that very quiet place deep within our hearts where peace is found. We affirm that we are one with divine love in every moment. Sink into that divine love now and feel how loved you are. It's when we truly feel how much we are loved that we can be the love we want to see in the world. In an outer world of turmoil, we can be instruments of peace, spreading kindness, compassion, and understanding wherever we go. May we be slow to anger and quick to forgive. And from Scripture, from Philippians 4, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely and commendable, if there's any excellence, anything worthy of praise, think about these things. We give thanks for this sacred gathering and for the opportunity to connect with one another. May our time together be filled with joy, inspiration, and deep spiritual connection. And so it is. Amen.
Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel God's mighty power and God's grace. There's a holy hush around us. I see love in every face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. So a lot of times I do songs that aren't familiar. Sometimes I do songs that are familiar, but this is a song by Corinne Bailey Ray. Talks about about transformation. So we go through so many things, and almost overnight or the new morning, we just smile. Okay. And so it's all alone, so they've already run. And we all fall down in the clouds, they blot out the sun. Very soon, your world could be different. Center your mind on silence, silence, silence. Oh, the skies will break for you, my friend. The skies will break for you, my friend. And the waves will part, the seas will rend. The skies will break for you, my friend. Oh, the skies will break for you, my friend. It won't be long until it ends, singing, oh, 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 oh. Oh, the heart speaks and whispers. We've got to listen. And the crowd is so loud, it feels like they'll drown you out. And the waves crash down, there's chaos all around. But don't let your mind rest on violence, violence, violence. Oh, the skies will break for you, my friend. The skies will break for you, my friend. Oh, the waves will part, the seas will rend. The skies will break for you, my friend. Oh, the skies will break for you, my friend. It won't be long until it ends, singing, oh, 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 the heart speaks and whispers. Oh, the heart, it speaks and whispers. We've got to listen. Oh, the skies will break for you, my friend. The skies will break for you, my friend. Oh, the skies will break for you, my friend. It won't be long until it ends, saying, oh, 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 oh. Bright lights, streaming, you're golden. Sunlight, sunlight, revealing you're golden. Bright lights, streaming, you're golden. Sunlight, sunlight, revealing you're golden. Bright lights, streaming, you're golden. Sunlight, sunlight, revealing you're golden. Bright lights, streaming, you're golden. Sunlight, sunlight, shining, we're golden. You will know it. You will know it. You will know it. You will know it. And you will know. You will know it. You will know it. You will know it. You will know. that beautiful? Bright lights, like the sunshine, just letting us know we're going to be all right. You're going to be okay. We're going to be all right. All right, love y'all. Okay, I'm feeling it. Okay. All right, love y'all.
Thank you, Linus. Nailed it again, didn't he? That was awesome. Whoa, hey. Coming through in stereo, huh? A little scary. Well, good morning, Unity. Good morning. So good to see all your beautiful, bright, smiling faces this morning. I'm so glad that everybody made it. Well, my name is Kelly Thompson, and yours isn't. And I serve on your board of trustees as secretary now, so don't be expecting any kind of in-depth records. We'll make it brief, short and sweet. Cut to the chase there. We want to also welcome all you that are joining us online on Facebook and YouTube, right? Yep. Anything else? Did I miss them? However you're joining us, welcome. You're part of the family, and we want to know that you're if you're meditating, if it's just, we're doing it telepathically. We want you to know that you are just as much a part of us as anybody else. So thank you for joining us. I'm sorry. I have lost my place. Do we have any newcomers today? Anybody here for the first time? No? Anybody here that hadn't been here for a while? Awesome. We do have one. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's bless ourselves. Let's bless each other. How about that? Let's warm up our hands. And let's just give each other a nice, warm unity blessing. We love you. We bless you. We appreciate you. And we behold the Christ in you. Now, you guys all know by now that Christ in you refers to that spark of divinity that's in each and every one of us, right? And it's the same spark that was brought forth in Jesus and all our other spiritual leaders in their ministries and in their lives, and we all share that, right? Here at Unity, we welcome all people. We choose to embrace everybody, and we understand the rich diversity of God's oneness. Now that sounds like an oxymoron, doesn't it? The rich diversity of God's oneness. But we are spiritual beings having a human experience. How boring would it be if we all had the same experience? We're God experiencing life in humanity. And he wants to experience it in all forms. So we're here at Unity to celebrate that, right? So we celebrate each other because really at our core, the soul has no differences. There's no gender, there's no race, there's no political differences in the soul. We're all one. So we just had the spring equinox. Anybody celebrate that last week? Yeah? That's awesome. So we put up the maypoles and danced naked around bonfires and stuff? No? I am so disappointed in you guys. You're going to have to step up your games. Good enough. There is that. I guess we can wait a few weeks, all right? Spring it represents a new beginning. It represents a renewal and a rejuvenation. And as humans, as spiritual creatures, having a human experience. Sorry. Dyslexia is a terrible disease. Please give to the Unity Fund for dyslexia. So as humans, as spiritual beings having a human experience, spring is such a beautiful representation of the newness, of the things that we can leave behind, the things that don't serve us, and embrace the freshness. And in metaphysics, it's really a powerful gateway that we can put into practice to generate growth and movement in new directions. So speaking of movement, now's the time for you guys to get up, move around, and give each other a little love with a fist bump, a handshake, a hug, a polite nod, however you want to do it.
Great job, Lynn. This is broken. It's going away.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we gotta fix it.
So I can use the big one? I like this one better anyway, Amanda. Amanda, I like this one better anyway.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot more fun.
It's jarring. I love this. Thank you.
Is that going to stay gone?
What?
Do you know the little bone that was in
She
there?
said it was broken, so she took it away. How are you, John? Good to see you, bud. You well? Good. Glad to hear it. Hey, lady.
So funny.
God, I love your sense of humor.
I just have to kind of roll with it.
I wish I had that in me, but I admire it.
You did great. I deal with nobody is like watching, so they're like, oh. Oh, that was...
Gone, man.
That was disappointing. Can we do it again? One more time? No? I thought somebody muted it there for a little while. I'm glad you guys enjoyed that so much. Because I really dig it. I like to see everybody. It's all about vibration, right? Well, all right. So today we welcome back one of our favorite speakers from Athens, Georgia, Reverend Bronte Colbert. Most recently, she retired from Unity of Athens, where she served as senior minister for 20 years. Nowadays, she loves to travel and guest speak at different unities and New Thought churches around the area. She's also a poet, a fiction and nonfiction author, and a frequent contributor to Unity's printed booklets, plus their website content at unity.org. She loves the mountains, the beaches, hiking, and happens, the joy of being alive. And we love that she comes to Unity of Chattanooga to speak with us and spend some time. So let's give a big, warm welcome to Reverend Bronte Colbert.
And good morning.
Good morning.
Wow. I am, God said. I am so delighted to be here and to see all your bright and beautiful faces. And for anyone that's watching online now or in the future, be sure you put up a heart if you can. I don't know if you can do that on YouTube, but on Facebook or something, you can. Okay, I got the sign. You can put up a heart. So, and anyone here wants to draw a little heart in the air, they actually collect. They're kind of in consciousness, and then they just kind of float around, and they'll go jump on someone's head, and all these little hearts are flying. See, if you're not here in person, you don't get to see that. But, you know, consider making a trip to Chattanooga on a Sunday and be here. But you can send little hearts over the waves, too. This light?
Yes.
Is it? Oh, okay. Let me turn it off. Oh, up here. There. Okay. Yes. Thank you for letting me know that. So I am Bronte Colbert. I am delighted to be here. It was a lovely drive this morning from Athens, Georgia, and I have some things to share today. It's Lent. It's Lenten season. And traditionally, I think, it's been a season of letting go, releasing, giving something up. When I was a young girl living in Wauwatosa, Wisconsin, which is just outside of Milwaukee, I felt kind of left out because my next door neighbor, Pamela, was Catholic, and she got to give something up for Lent. And I didn't because we were Methodists. And I was trying to convince my mom that yes, we should have fish on Friday, even though I didn't really like fish. But I felt I was being left out of some big communal thing. And I think Pamela also had to give up candy or something else. And I just wanted to give up probably broccoli, which I really love broccoli now. And I wasn't even going to talk about this, but that's kind of how I talk. So, but Lent can be a time for giving up. I don't know if you individually get the Lenten booklets from Unity. This is the one for this year called In the Garden, Lent 2025. And with the Unity booklets, it's been traditional for them to have different writers write about releasing something. So you might want to consider today, what might you release? It can be something like regret. It can be something like judgment. It can be something like making suppositions about things. It can be, maybe we want to release looking at the news. Maybe we want to release thinking about the news, and maybe we want to release having to give up the news. So there's all that, but we're not going to talk about news today. However, if you don't have one of these booklets, you can order them very easily from unity.org/booklets. And there's a PDF version that you can get almost immediately on your computer. But they will also be happy to mail you a copy free. The one I wrote for this year seems really appropriate to me in my life for right now versus the day I wrote it for, which is Holy Saturday, the day before Easter. I'm going to read just a little part of it and see if it might resonate with you also. I was given the assignment, or chose the assignment. We have choices as the writers. Which one do you want? So I chose perception. I release limited perceptions. The day we call Holy Saturday, because that'll be in a few weeks, was a difficult but pivotal time for the followers of Jesus. In the quiet of the Jewish Sabbath, the disciples wept and grieved the loss of their beloved's presence and his wisdom. Distraught, they may have wondered, how can we go forward? And they may have wondered what terrible things might happen next. Just that paragraph really resonated with me because we sometimes go there, do we not? Something happens. Something real happens. Maybe in our personal life, maybe a health thing, maybe something going on with somebody that we love dearly, maybe something in the world. Something happens. And we don't like it. We wish it hadn't happened. But how do we move forward in that? How did the disciples move forward? You can imagine how they must have wept and worried. The thing that they had been worried most about happened. Easter Sunday's resurrection would validate Jesus' teachings and release them from their perception of hopelessness. How might you release any perception of hopelessness in anything in your life? Their faith would be bolstered and their paths forward revealed. When we envision ourselves filled with the light and love of God, the light and the love, you are light. Pause a minute and think about how you are light. You walk in this world, we walk in this world, we have all kinds of interactions every day with our friends, with people we just know a little bit, with people we don't know at all. We have interactions with our own thoughts and with our feelings. We have interactions with our past, perhaps, going back or dwelling upon things that may no longer serve us or that may delight us. Like I think about my dear friend Pamela, getting to eat fish every Friday. We have interactions in our life, but we're light. And I think, and this really kind of came to being the main thing I would like to speak about today, I think we forget how powerful we are. And when we open our eyes to how powerful we are, when we open our mind, our consciousness to how powerful, how full of light we are, that's when we see more light in all the things that are happening everywhere else and in our lives. That's when we see the light. So yes, when we envision ourselves filled with the light and love of God, we're uplifted, perceptions expand, our paths become clearer. Have you ever felt like you're just kind of not knowing which way to go? And then when you think about and realize your own sacred consciousness, the path becomes clearer. We can then create and share a renewed view of our world, a perspective that will shine the light of hope to others. You have the power. We have the power. Each individual has the power to shine that light that we have to others, to lighten up others, to help them see the light that they are. How can we do that? Just by being in the same world with them, the same room with them, the same Sunday morning with them, and by seeing it in them. It may be someone you just pass on the street and don't even speak to necessarily. But something in your light, I believe, will touch the light in them. They may not know it came from that interaction with you, but they may see something a little differently that day. And if you add a smile and look someone in the eye and speak to them, like, oh, love that, love your sunglasses. Oh, good morning. Hello. Just a hello. It's got power of light in it. Because even if someone doesn't say hello back or doesn't really like people talking to them, and sometimes all of us feel that way a bit, that hello has light within it, I believe. Envisioning positive aspects in life, we rejoice when they appear. When we envision the things that we want, and I've got couple fun little stories to share on that. When we envision that, it gives them energy to appear, or, hey, maybe they appear anyway. But by envisioning them, when they do appear, we are more open to seeing it. We greet each day with our hearts and consciousness open to awesome new possibilities. Are you open to awesome new possibilities? Oh, yeah, we're unity, yeah, hey. Can we be that way every day, no matter what's going on? Yeah, we can. Sometimes might not feel like it, and it's okay. No judgment of not being happy all the time. But yeah, if we are conscious of it, and perhaps there's a practice you can do to help make ourselves more aware, we can do a morning practice, like a short gratitude list if you're in a hurry, a long one if you've got time to spare or think. I can see you there. Maybe it's a reminder, something you post on your wall. I was thinking of the prayer of protection yesterday and was wondering if I could find that at unity.org, order, in Spanish for a friend of mine. Think of how you might be more aware, or celebrate your awareness, or just be aware of that light that's shining out of you as you walk through this day and in the days ahead. I had some magical things happening in the last couple of weeks, and I'm like a little kid that way. It's like, oh my God, look at that! A deer walked in my yard. They walk in my yard all the time, but it was like, oh, look at that! Awe and wonder. And I'm not like that really all the time, but I'm like that enough of the time that I can think it's all the time. And that was a very complicated statement right there. But I was I have like a dining room table where I like to sit, and it's got a glass top, a thick glass top. And it's probably the oldest piece of furniture that I have. I think it's maybe 45 years old. I've never been able to give it up because I love that heavy glass top. So it's kind of like this big, and the support system that holds it up, it's not really like legs, but it's bronze-type pipes that come up from 4 directions and meet in the middle of it, if you can picture that. And I like to meditate there, I like to write there, and I have, different things that I put there. So I had my favorite candle. It wanted to come along today. It spoke to me. It said, "We want to go to Chattanooga. I want to go to Chattanooga." You don't need to put a fresh candle in here because you're going to talk about how this burned and what. Yeah, anyway. So I had it sitting on this glass. There wasn't a whole lot else on the glass. And it was burning, and I was going into meditation. Didn't move my chair or the candle at all. It was in its usual spot. But something about the way the light from the patio doors, my backyard, kind of like your light coming through there, came in through the window and lit the candle in an imperceivable way to me, where the candle was reflected into that heavy glass and down into one of those legs, about this wide. If you can't see, it's about maybe 4 inches in circumference. Perfectly mirrored in the leg of that table, upside down. Yeah, and I didn't get a picture sent ahead of time, but I've got one in my phone if you want to see it later. I was stunned and just sat there. I've never seen this before. Does this mean I've never looked at the leg of the table when I was sitting there? I don't think so, because it had to be in that exact spot. And what kind of message is this giving me? What depth can I get from this very particular and personal gift from Spirit? What does it mean? And I thought, oh, it could mean all kinds of things. Mostly it's awe and wonder, right? Partly it's what else might I not be looking at, but not in a judgmental way, just to remember to open my eyes to see more things and to pay attention, and to pray attention, as Diane Scribner Clevenger said, who has a wonderful, wonderful daily pray attention piece about the daily word on Facebook. Thank you, Diane. I got a commercial in for you. And I even moved it a little bit to see how far off that was. And moving this a tiny bit made that reflection go away. One lit, one upside down, and then I thought, well, maybe the message is that I'm burning the candle at both ends. Because, yeah, sometimes we do that with the most sacred things, right? But it was all a message. And the power of it was, oh my goodness, I'm alive, I'm alert, I'm seeing things. What else is going to show up in that day or in that week? About 4 days later, I was sitting out on my deck, and it's just the perfect time of year for it because there are no mosquitoes yet that I could find or look. I wasn't really looking for them, and there wasn't much poison ivy, and it was just a beautiful time to be out before twilight. Reading it's a young adult novel, because I read in that genre quite a bit, called Wild is the Witch. And it was just a lovely story about a 17-year-old going on a trek into the forest to save a northern spotted owl in the state of Washington. I'm just into this, really, really reading it, loving it. And I look up from the book, and a barred owl flies into my backyard. I have them in the neighborhood. I hear them all the time. Sometimes I see them, way across the way in the neighbor's yard. Flew right into my yard and sat on the branch for a half an hour and looked at me. Yeah, and I was like, wow, what does this mean? I said, don't even do that. Just, look at this owl. And it hooted a few times, and it flew into the neighbor's yard. Owl is wisdom, so I tried to incorporate that into my consciousness. And then something even more amazing happened, but I'll leave that for a bit. This is an amazing book, The Creative Life, 7 Keys to Your Inner Genius, by one of Unity's favorites, Eric Butterworth. He talks in here about us being the light. It's like the 7 days of creation. The different chapters. In the first, there was light. That we are light. That we are that consciousness of light. And we are not needing to get it or receive it from Spirit. We have it. We already have it, which of course means all of us, which of course sometimes can be a little challenging for us. But we are light. We have that light. And we spread it out into the world. He says, light is an eternal reality with no beginning and no end. So the quote, let there be light, is not the creation of light back there in time. It is the focusing of the light that is ever present in you. Take a few moments with this breathing exercise. On the in-breath, speak the words, God is. Then on the out-breath, affirm, I am, and hold it, and repeat it several times. So if you'd like to do that right now, you can do it again when I end the talk and we go into meditation. Just a very gentle, God is, and you don't have to use the word God, you can use Spirit, whatever your name is for the divine. Love is, joy is, or God is. So God is, hold it, if you're comfortable doing that, and then I am. Light is, I am. God is, I am. And I think that is one of the ways that we can help ourselves remember the light that we are. When I first sort of found unity, it was about 1984 or so. And my daughter and I, we were living in Milwaukee and went down to some kind of unity gathering. It was in Illinois. And I was thinking it was all really cool, and I didn't really know very much about it. And what impressed me the most was a woman that read this quote. But what impressed me is that she didn't have to read it, she knew it by heart. It's by Marianne Williamson. Now, Marianne was not there. It was another woman talking about some wonderful nutrition ideas that seemed very outlandish at the time, but are very, very, very much incorporated into people's lives now. And this particular statement, essay, poem has empowered me so many times in my life. You may be familiar with it, Our Deepest Fear. I love that she could do it by heart, and I'm not going to. But we had some handouts in the back. They may be gone by now, but you can take a photo of one if you would like. Oh, there's still some back there. Penny has them. You can pick them up, and we'll just read it. And feel free to take a photo if you want. Think about each line as I read it, because this is so core. And as we think of it for ourselves, we can also think of it for others. And if someone's on our mind, we're feeling troubled about someone, as the troubles that they're going through, we can speak it with this light that we have to them, whether in person or through the others. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. Beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There's nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. We were born to make manifest, to do the work, or the play, if you want to call it that, to do those things, to let that light shine. This is me, not Marianne. Let that light shine. We're born to make manifest the glory of God that's within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. Oh boy. Everyone. Really? Yeah, everyone. Everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same, which totally fit in. This popped up after I was done preparing my talk. After I thought about, yeah, we need to go out and shine this light on people. As we are liberated from our own fear, from our own fear. If you're sensing any fear out there, in your personal lives, friends, larger community, world, as we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Easter, something happened, something the disciples didn't want to happen. But look what happened to them as they moved forward. Did they have any inkling that people thousands of years from them would be impressed by them, would be learning still from them, would be following their examples, reading quotes attributed to them? I don't know. I doubt it. As you go through this week and the weeks ahead, Lenten season and beyond, spring rising above all the stuff in the world, consider that. Letting your light shine, seeing it in others, perhaps saying hello more often to people out there in the world. And then remembering that no matter what, at least I believe this, that we are here for these times. Whatever those times are for you. We were born for these times because we're in them. Whether it's happy, wonderful, amazing, delightful, surprisingly and awesome way times, or the times that we don't want. We are here for those times. I love unity because it allows us to focus on the fact that we are completely connected with Spirit. That we are that walking in this world. We are that walking in this world. I'm going to end with this thing that just happened yesterday. I have, for the last 3 weeks, because of the weather, I've been doing a lot of yard work because my yard was very, very much overgrown, and it's quite large, and the back area's got some trees that are down. And there was a big branch that even fell on my roof of my house, and I was like, oh, it didn't damage the roof very much, but I was like, how am I gonna get this down? I need to get the whole thing cleaned. I'd put it off too long. Mentioned it to someone I know in the community, and we were chatting about it a little bit. I said, don't even really want anyone to go up there right now because I don't know what the roof is like. Person said, well, I know somebody. Let me take a look at it. Yesterday, 8 people showed up and worked on my yard for 5 hours and refused to have any pay because the quote that I was told again and again, whenever I said, let me do something, God provides. Not Unity folk. I know they attend a church. God provides. They cut down weeds and brush in my yard. They hauled it all to the curb. They went up on my roof, 3 of them, with the most amazing roof blower things, and walked all over my roof, and there were no holes in the roof. It was just fine, and just a little tiny dent where that tree hit. And they got it totally clean. And then they washed my entire house with a water pump, all around it, to the peaks of it. It's a single level, but there's peaks. And they figured out a way to make that heavy branch, by cutting it in different ways, make it fall aside. And I didn't mention there was a wooden fence that had fallen a couple years ago, and it was covered with leaves and these incredibly vibrant vines that are in my yard. And they dug that out. And I'm still in awe of all the work that they did. My house looks like it's brand new. God provides. Yes, I'll find some way to do some things back. I could not imagine that. A week ago, I was trying to imagine that. Because that's what we do, right? Okay, well, I've got this thing, so I'm going to imagine it fixed. And I couldn't get there. I just could not get there. I could not figure how to do that, or how much I might need to save up to handle all that work. And then it shows up. What can you not imagine happening? What good things, or things that you think will make your life or your yard or the world better, that just seem out of reach? Come on. We shine that light and we focus and center and do all these wonderful things that we learned from Unity or our own readings or Marianne. That's when everything falls into place and light shines out from us even more brilliantly. As we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Oh, by the way, because I mentioned it, they went in my neighbor's yard and cut down a tree that was laying in there too, and hauled it to the curb. Thank you for having me here today. We're going to do a meditation for a few minutes. There's a nice quiet time in the middle of it. I love that because I think that's when I hear messages from God most clearly, when I'm in the silence. Sometimes it's not right away. Sometimes it's a little nudge later in the day. Sometimes it's a lyric on a song on the radio, or a random piece of paper that I pick up and see just a powerful quote on it. Sometimes it's words from a friend, or just that knowing. So if you're comfortable doing it, consider putting your feet on the floor, feeling that energy of our beautiful Mother Earth, and those ions and electrons just moving up from the center of the earth, blessing you. As you breathe, relax, and let go, knowing you are divine. Perhaps think it, I am divine. I am powerful beyond measure. I am a light in this world. I am a light in this world. My life has meaning. It's important. I make a difference. My smile, my gaze, my presence gives light, gives love, gives joy and support. Loving kindness goes out from me and returns to me. We bless ourselves and each other, our country and our planet. There is light everywhere. Now we go deeper into the quiet for a few moments. You are the light. Your light shines. You are powerful, and you make a difference. And so it is, and so it shall be. Thank you for having me here.
That was awesome. Thank you, Reverend Bronte. We always really love it when you come. It's great when you share with us. It's fantastic. So I loved our title, Let Go, Give, and Spring Forth to Receive. What a great segue for our time of giving, right? So everybody break out those wallets, let go, give, and spring forth to receive, right? That puts you in that reciprocal energy of giving. Right? And I also want to encourage everybody that's watching us online to also donate. It's really easy. We have a giant donate button on our website. You can't miss it, even if you try. I think you can give on Facebook and YouTube. Is that right? No? Just on the website. Go to the website. You can do it there. We accept Visa, MasterCard, American Express, Diners Club, Gold, Silver, Firstborn Children, Crypto. Thank you. Yeah. Apple Pay. Whatever. Just go with this.
People in the service too, though, right? I mean, the easy way to donate is
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So if you don't carry cash, like a lot of us don't, that's a great way to go online and donate. So that's awesome. So say it with me this morning. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I give in love and I receive in abundance.
I am free, I am unlimited. There are no more chains that bind me. I am free, I am unlimited. Right now, right now. I am free, I am unlimited. There are no more chains that bind me. I am free, I am unlimited. Right now, right now.
Divine Source, we are so grateful for this abundance. We're grateful for the gift, the giver, and the principles that says that this will come back to us, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. And so it is. Sorry, guys, I gotta grab my cue cards here. Now, that's the thing about technology. You always got to sign back in, don't you? All right, so just a couple of announcements. We are really excited. Laura Noyes is starting our children's ministry again. We so appreciate her for stepping up to do that. That's going to kick off on Easter Sunday. That's April 20th, but she does need help. We're looking for people who are willing to help out just one Sunday a month.
7 volunteers so far, so I really don't.
Oh, you have 7?
Unless you really
Well, fantastic. Thanks so much, everybody. Never mind if you haven't volunteered. We don't need you.
and we're making great progress downstairs. We've got dry lock on the bathroom walls and the outer wall here, and a new ceiling in the bathroom for the kids' bathroom.
Ah, fantastic.
Paneling and baseboard. It's looking good. Lights are going to go in this week, so we'll definitely should be.
That's awesome. So you don't have to bring the kids' floaties. We're totally dry down there. It's all good. Don't see Laura if you're willing to help. Let me get past that. Sorry. Our Unity Metaphysical Discussion Group, facilitated by Amanda Adamson, will be meeting again this coming Thursday, March 27th at 6:30 in the evening. That's always a good time, so make sure that you're here for that.
And the power of order
And the power of order,
is our discussion this week.
that's your discussion. Okay, awesome. That's fantastic. Wellness Warriors are off this week, but they'll gather again on April 3rd at noon. Is that right? Okay. This coming Friday, March 28th, we'll be showing the film Awake in the Dream for our spiritual cinema. That's at 7 p.m. This movie gives us good tools to break down the walls of the person that we have created for ourselves. If you don't like that person, you can break this down. If you're digging them, don't worry about it. Just come see the movie. You learn to tap into your potential by waking up the wholeness that awaits each and every one of us. So sounds like a very interesting movie. We would also like to remind you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. This includes all of you who watch us on Facebook too. We want to grow our viewership to 500, which will then lead to all sorts of benefits for you and each other.
Subscribers.
500, what'd I say?
You said viewership.
Oh, 500 subscribers. Yeah, don't just look. Subscribe.
Key.
Let us know you're there. That's key. Yeah,
It's not
exactly.
anything to subscribe.
That's right.
Right.
Just click it.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's right.
Exactly.
If you need any help, we'll help you.
Right, right. Unless you want to pay to subscribe, and then we're open to that too. Next week, we'll be welcoming Reverend Sean O'Shea. He'll be our guest speaker. His talk is titled The Power of Speaking into Being. So that should be very interesting. I hope you join us for that. And we hope that you will stay and enjoy some food and fellowship after the service. If you're able to, please stand. And let's join in our peace song.
1, 3, 4. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be with God our Creator. In oneness all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Perfection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is.